Our Slum guys is breath near 3 here. Let's hit it. Don't give a crap. The one paid. What's going on? I think someone's having an override in the market. There appears to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go see. Anyways, Slum guys rushing after here. Let's take it. Let's hit it. Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I paid for it. It's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. So, look, I've even got a permit for it. Stop lying to me about moves. Fuck you, man. I'm gonna kill y'all bastards, man. Oh, man, that's what the problem is. Perhaps we can help in some way. Which there seems to be difficult over. There's these two gentlemen. This drove his area and set up his stall. The young merchant over there is a local, while the merchant wearing the suits from the capital. They're both playing the same spot. How am I on? Permits for market are issued by the province's ruling lord. So for Celtic that would be. This isn't good. We must stop them. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a raid. What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when was grabbing person by the neck being considered mature? If you truly tend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. Well, what did you say to me? We're students from the Thors military academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place, you stupid bastards. I'm a military academy, so there are a bunch of soldiers in training. Fucking bastards. What are those names happening here? Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what's happening. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah, and both permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I think your concerns of flying over it here is greatly inconveniencing other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter as private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay. I guess. Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything's going to be fine now, though. Yeah. Guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse this situation. But as far as I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh, how did you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Celtic's Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd be so kind as to come along, I'll give you some tea. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments? Indeed, Prince Van Dyke's an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. I appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. And I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did. Oh, both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right. Both their permits are genuine, but their merchandising temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to compromise where they would each make use of the stall for front stall in alternate weeks. Whatever stall we reserved is near the back of the market, so whoever is relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true, as the lords usually control the flow of goods. If you can't handle it, the local economy could surely suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Cruiser Falls ruled by Duke Alvaria, one of the foremost powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. A few months ago, you increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly, and with a larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. I never heard of anything like that happening in capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course, I've even gone to Bearhard numerous times to petition the Duke personally. But they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market? Or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions. But I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened or scruffled like that. Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So meditating arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct, it seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they tend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to focus on your field study. Now I'll make a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning. You will? So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit then? That's right, I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them, or at least I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our best to meet your expectations. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah. Sorting out problems at the Grand Markets is our responsibility. You don't need to worry yourself about it. We're probably going to recommend returning to the inn for today. There's no doubt that you're all tired after today, so it will be best to rest up for tomorrow. Well... that all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Merchant lords have a duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in their regions they control. As long as that remains the case, there's not really much the German province can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule the territories. Harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors that the current House of Alvarez, the current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do among the nobility. Decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since Alvarez represent one of the four great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The emperor itself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the four great houses. I guess that's a no then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, Sarah. Instructor Sarah, what brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group E now? The town farm is like 0 distance away from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You four are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway. Put your heads together and think it, and I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. That seemed like... Ados be with you, and goodbye. Fuck. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day at drinking at the inn. Can she read minds or something? I suggest we return to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, and why. Sorry about that. We still have to write a report. We still have our reports to write, so it really doesn't seem wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I actually dropped something.
Right.
All right, troops, how's it going? Are y'all learning much here? For the most part, yes. It's a serving reminder that we all still have quite a ways to go. However, we have every intention of making the most out of this experience. That's what I like to hear. I'm actually about to get started on our evening sale here, so I'll give you all we just kind of. Wait a minute, I think I had a better idea. What might be? Right now, y'all be tired after your hard day of work, but any fancy having we go and run the store for a bit. I'm sure it's fine as long as this line of work's all about having skills negotiate well. So it'd be some good experience for you all. It's certainly an interesting proposal. If you're willing to let us do it, then I don't see why not. Good to hear. Let's get started right away then. I mentioned that I was about to get started on our evening sale, didn't I? It might be a wee bit tough, but I'd like you to handle it. It sounds kind of rough. The idea behind it is simple enough, at least. All you need to do is give appropriate discounts to make a sale. Sale discount, but make sure you give it right. Half price. All right, that's a lot. Is it even possible to make a profit by doing that? It doesn't always work out. I went into the red a few times, take it, but even then, I think it's worth doing, worthwhile, even enough to even send yourself into the red. My personal philosophy is make the amount of sales you make is more important than how much you make, and the customer makes sales. That's early. That you didn't know. So basically, it all ends up affecting you the wrong way. I see where you come from. It doesn't say I'm 100% correct. Yeah, I don't feel like reading all this yet. Welcome, we're currently in the middle of our evening sale. We're in the middle of our evening sale. He's more of a natural, I would have guessed. He'll bring in customer weight because like that. I don't think I could put myself out there like that. I'm right with myself. Oh, this is first customer rise. Oh, are you working here part-time? I almost thought you were a pro with a voice like that. Oh, thank you. By the way, do you have any tomatoes? I need some for tonight's dinner, you see. Actually, you do have some. How many are you looking for? I think 5 should do for now. There seems to be a sale going on at the moment, too. So how much would that end up being? Well, because they're fresh goods, how much do I sell them total? So 5 is 50. That could be 25, right? Five totals will usually go for 50 mirror, but I can offer you them for 35 mirror instead. How does that sound? That sounds fine. I'll take them. Make free purchase. Seems like he made his first sale. He seems to have gone right smoothly too. Oh, here's another customer. Sale, is it? That sounds interesting. We're offering discounts on our goods, so feel free to have a look. I assume that applies to this wine as well. Of course, wine doesn't fall into fresh goods, so. How does 900 mirror sound? You can't do better than that. Oh, busy. You buy it now, I'll include this cheese for 20% off. Oh, that's an interesting offer. Cheese companies wine very well too. So let me take you up on that. Thank you for your purchase. That went well. Never sell for him. Seems like he's gotten into the swing of things. Alright, I look forward to hearing how much he sold it for. Here's another customer. Oh, the evening sales finally started. What happened to Lineman? He left me in charge of it for a bit. Is there anything in particular to look for? I'm asking to get some stuff for dinner. How much are you selling cabbages for? I need 3, but she told me to buy some extra if they're cheap. And found her fresh goods, so I hate fucking. They would normally cost 3, normally cost 60 lira, but the 6 for that same price sound good? I get double the amount for free. I'm sure Mom will be happy to hear that. Can I have them? Then, of course. Things for purchase. And thus, Rean's turn came to an end, and the others were given a chance to try their hands at merchantry. Right, you all had your turns in. Good job, troops. We owe you. Thanks for giving us opportunity experiences. I agree. I'm sure experience like this will come in handy down the line. I'm glad to hear it. A lot of you did well considering it was your first time. It was pretty interesting seeing how your personalized pictures results too. How did we all do in the end? Well, you had the least amount of sales out of everyone else. You did manage to make a fair amount though, but that also means you didn't really offer that much of a discount. You had to be more aggressive, really. I'll start with that. Next up, Laura, you were a bit too generous for the discounts. Making lots of sales good, but you still have to consider how much you're making them too. Understood. My thanks for advice. Next up is Rean. You ended up doing really well on both number of sales and how much you made. I'm really pretty impressed, honestly. With a bit more experience, you could be one of 5 merchants. Think so? I guess we've discovered another one of Rean's hidden talents. Well done, Rean. Being told by someone with experience here is really impressive. And finally, Lisa, you wouldn't happen to have some prior experience, would you? Not really, no. That is really amazing. To be honest here, you almost managed to sell as much and make as much as I normally do. You got even a unique style that brings customers in. There's really any advice for me to give up. I think that's quite the evaluation. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. So Lisa has a skill to potentially become a successful merchant then. I have to admit that I'm a bit surprised. I didn't expect her to be this skilled either. Do any of your relatives happen to work with this line of work? No, I know of, no. Pretty well, either way. It ended up being very interesting. Thanks to you lot. Here, take this. Your wage for today. You made some good money too, so here's a wee bonus. Thank you very much. Are you sure? Yeah. And you did. You earned all that. I'll catch you later then. Things that I've done. Yeah.
Ah, that was delicious. Those are some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thors in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Rean? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Rean?
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not?
Sorry, 8 Leaves, 1 Blade. He was talking about that too. See, and one of the combat, I remember when we were fighting, he said something 8 Leaves after one of the battles, regular battles, I mean.
Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fi for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest. I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaf School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Rean's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Keep up the good work.
Interesting that 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. Here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Thank you. Okay. Even fewer than yesterday, huh? Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Tristan today. Sounds about right. He's a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves around 9 tonight. You get those done quickly. You can have dinner here before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall I get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. Hey, Laura, I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Rean, as I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It's not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I mean. I want the body to make light of the weight of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. If I confide to school I follow into the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said. So I'm sorry. In this case, and there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. No. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances. Regardless of one's background or social standing, one should always be able to live up with pride itself. One should always be able to live with pride in him or herself or whatever. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Rean. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life and a simple part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura. Anyway, so you two are friends again, Ben. So you two are friends again, Ben. Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, this was all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded, like an idiot trying to spend so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Well, what did you say just now? It was seeming we caused you undue concern. Geez, can we all forget about this and move on? You said the ground's dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all look a bit less gloomy. Margaret, we've got trouble, big trouble. John things. It's first thing in the morning and you're about poised to wake up the dead. You're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late. I'm sorry, I got caught up on the way here, but never mind that. We have big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? What terrible thing happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls at the market were destroyed and all the merchandise was stolen. There's no seriously a robbery? Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be open late today. Which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. At least let's get this place ready. You got it. As for you four, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. I'll be back later. Thanks again. Well, what should we do? I have to admit, I'm curious. It's not far. So we might as well just go take a look. All right. Let's take a detour and see what's happening in the market then. I'm sorry, Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today, after all, I see. Afraid so. Guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? 2 merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not going to get away with this. Oh no, not them. The manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having so much luck. Hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Rean? Maybe we should try talking to them. And considering everything that happened yesterday, you might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Let's go. How dare you destroy my stall, you damn coward. I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come and clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you $1 and scum? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent, trying to paint me as a bad guy here, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this right here and now? Bring it on. Class 7, you kids again. Make him pay for smashing my stall smashing. Wow, they really completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will be smashed, and you'll be worse off. This anger isn't going to go away unless I do something. He took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You're the one who stole my goods, and you're gonna give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This is good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once. The provincial army. What? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are in charge here. I mean, explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explained to the provincial army officer that what had happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple, then. Men take them away. Yes, sir. But what? What do you mean take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. Truth is clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair. Do you think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute, and you will be left alone. Continue, and you come with us. The choice is yours. Oh shit. Yeah, something about this really is wrong. Very good, Ben. I'm sure you can disagree. You can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. Hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the rest of the army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on keeping your heads cool. If you have time to fight, try to use the time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah, I shouldn't stick my anger out, trolling me like that. We can't open the Grand Marker business until we cleaned up these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you mind lending me a hand? Assistance from the merchants of the market cleared the way. Remains with 2 stalls and the help of Rean and others. The Grand Market was finally able to open for the day. I'll be behind schedule. Thanks for your market. We were able to open the Grand Market for business today. A bit quicker than I expected. I'll tell you how grateful I am. Oh yeah, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. Glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. Our merchant stall was his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage, and it's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problem facing this town are quite grave indeed. The French army may have intervened, but it's difficult to believe they'd make no attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more sober about the whole thing. There's no way those two merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm not sure what. Something wrong, Rean? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allow us to investigate in the morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed a merchant stalls ourselves? it's a kind of offer, but as you said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students and have your own studies to worry about, and when I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. Yes, sir. We're students trained for the military, but we can't stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. It's a provincial army's responsibility to address this. Sure, but they're shirking their duties here. But they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. Well, that's true enough, I guess. Do you really think we're up for something like this? I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check the instructors with Instructor Sarah first, see what she thinks. She already told us, put your heads together and think. I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words, this seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least it does to me. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess I can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I admit I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. As we can, don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under cover of the night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful. We promise. I know I will at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that's all. We should act quickly. Now, yes, let's get this investigation started. So first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the grandma herself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants or anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We need to keep a close eye on them, though. If we miss the last train toward Hamdall, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we have been given other tasks too, and I really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood? You bet. Right. There you go. There you go. Yeah. And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Calder Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me. You fucking bastard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me act like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable he's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. What brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually, you're investigating. That's right. We really appreciate it if you could answer a question for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I can't suppose get hurt. It's better than do nothing, at least. You don't sound so pessimistic. Well, you can blame me. Your students at a military academy, you're not exactly ace detectives. That's true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us, shit, could lead. Covering with us could prove fruitful. Yeah, okay, fine. I never said it. I wouldn't help you, did I? Yeah, I'm not sure what I was supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You did. As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open in the morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. And by the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by destroyed, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen. Come to think that, what goods were stolen exactly? I have a sample for me, actually. Accessory, is this a brand that's powered in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was aiming and hoping to bring the fad here by selling them in the market, but this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think about how much money I lost in a single night. That damn coward sabotaged my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that this proves his culpability? Yeah. But he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing this spot with me. He decided he destroyed my soul altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give my goods back no matter what it takes. Please try to stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the Prince of Army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know. It's just a matter of justice. I can't act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on principle. I'm begging you. Please get my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you, I will do everything we can. That much I can promise. I think that's everything the merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one.
Right.
What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those kids at military academy, right? What do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I've got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. On top of that, the provincial army and the other that never did my rights, like I'm the one who did it. Yep, he's not taking this very well, is he? Hard to blame. But we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see, Rean explained through last classmate. Where's this mess, huh? Okay. So you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? I'm not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand. But hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate if I say we come to select and hear him out. So about last night, at the time the incident really happened. Last night, I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant that just got pissed drunk, ran at him all night. And you're certain of this? Ask my friend, and if you don't believe me, he'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. And Marcus came out, and as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was about to sell were just gone. Without a trace. So the The goods that were stolen were all processed foods. That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods. They have a long shelf life made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool stall to make him pay for it. Why'd you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have that stall himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Hines did it, why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done it to himself. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. I don't know. It seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. While I understand your frustration, baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud a true issue. But it's so frustrating now. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up my shop for good. This is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything. The personal army sure ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into this far, and just how the dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest. I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to help you, but we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. Hey, cheer me up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. That's too big to try, it seems. What does everybody think? I can't be sure. I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other stall, but a chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise. I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them were having alibis confirming they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have a look elsewhere to find valuable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. But maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind this strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about... British Army. They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime despite it having right under their noses. Well, basic question, why not? The market managers said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the French Army should refuse to intervene, which means the French Army should refuse to intervene Corn's market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? And as you mentioned it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious. But the fact is, they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly when they did get involved. Yeah, what made them refuse to do anything? The next, they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no release, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them at FAA in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guarding isn't too far from here either. Let's head over and see what we can do to find out. All right, guys. All right, first one here. Busting 3 copies for you, Dan. See you later. Bye-bye.